One of Disney's underrated movies, Anastasia, features the amazing musical film depicting the mysterious life of the titular princess. But how much artistic license did the filmmakers take while producing this iconic tale?
I spilled the bottle. The carpet was soaked, and it forever smelled of peppermint.
Welcome to The Rewind. This is Disney's Anastasia, Fact vs. Fiction. Before we begin, make sure to give this video a like and hit that subscribe button for good luck. The Accuracies. Let's start with all the details that do match up with reality, just so we're all on the same page. One fact from the movie is that Anastasia was Tsar Nicholas II's youngest daughter. Tsar Nicholas II had 4 daughters, Olga, Tatiana, Marie, and his youngest, Anastasia. The Tsar also had a son named Alexei, who was his youngest child and his only son. Alexei was 3 years younger than Anastasia and the official heir to the throne. Another one of the movie's accuracies comes from Anastasia's music box. The real Anastasia did receive a music box from the Grand Duchess, according to the Odyssey. But unlike the one in the movie, hers was plain and silver. For those that prefer the movie Anastasia's beautiful gold-embellished music box, which plays once upon a December, you can buy one on Amazon for $85. Anastasia's dog is also part of the real story. In the movie, Anastasia meets a dog she names Puka, who eventually follows her on her journey to find her lineage. The real-life Anastasia also had a canine companion named Jimmy, who reportedly died along with her.
Hey, I don't have time to play right now, okay? I'm waiting for a sign.
Creative liberties. While there are a handful of similarities between the film and the source material, lots of aspects were obviously changed or even exaggerated to better fit a fictional story. And believe me, there are a lot. Let's start with the 300th anniversary of Romanov reign. The movie begins with this celebration, but unfortunately, it gets the date wrong by 3 years. In 1913, the Romanovs celebrated 300 years on Russia's throne. The family ruled for a total of 304 years until Nicholas II abdicated the throne and was exiled to Siberia with his family. Rasputin being an enemy of the Romanovs is also a work of fiction. While Grigory Rasputin is depicted as an enemy and a traitor to the Romanovs in the film, in real life, the controversial holy man was a friend and advisor to Tsar Nicholas II, who urged him to look for peaceful resolutions with his enemies. What is true, though, is that Rasputin and the Romanovs had a close relationship. Movie Pilot reported that after the Romanovs were executed, Anastasia and her sisters were found wearing necklaces with Rasputin's picture. However, unlike the movie, the Romanovs were definitely not killed by Rasputin. Another fib would be the rumor in St. Petersburg. The movie takes place in the 1920s when St. Petersburg wasn't actually called St. Petersburg. In 1914, the city was called Petrograd and was then renamed again to become Leningrad in 1924. It would remain that way until 1945, when the city formerly known as St. Petersburg became St. Petersburg once more. While factually inaccurate, let's be honest, neither of those other names have quite the same ring to it. Oh, and while we're on the topic of locations, the Dowager Empress didn't live in Paris in the 1920s, but lived out her final days in Denmark. After her son, Nicholas II, was murdered, she fled Russia in fear, going back to her home country where she was born Princess Dagmar in 1847. The Dowager Empress would eventually return to St. Petersburg 87 years after she fled. In 2006, she was buried in St. Petersburg alongside her husband, Tsar Alexander III, and her son, Nicholas II, as she had originally wished. The movie also depicted that Anastasia's grandmother was looking for her. Anastasia's grandmother, Dowager Empress Marie, was not present on the night the Romanovs were killed, which is why she didn't initially believe that her family had been murdered. According to Movie Pilot, she allegedly wrote in her diary, "I am sure they all got out of Russia, and now the Bolsheviks are trying to hide the truth." One of the biggest inaccuracies is Anastasia being the heir to the Russian throne. Unfortunately, Anastasia would never have been the rightful heir to the throne. It was always her younger brother Alexei who would have inherited this position. According to Town & Country, Anastasia's birth was met with disappointment from the Russian court, being that only a son could be the successor to Tsar Nicholas II.
They're waiting for you.
Was there anything we missed? Before you leave, don't forget to give this video a like, and please leave your thoughts in the comments below. Check out these other videos right here at The Rewind, and don't forget to subscribe with that bell icon so you don't miss any of our future uploads.